token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views.
Hey, whoa, okay, hey, time out. Wait a minute. Hey, Jason, this is that real wake-up call. Okay, like, you need to pick up the phone. Now, this right here is a definition of a real nigga wake-up call. And if you don't know what that is, it's like one of those rare moments where black folks are greeted with a situation that they have to be, one, honest with themselves to be like, you know what? I think this moment right here is trying to speak to me. This is God himself trying to tell me something, and I need to heed to this moment. You know what I'm saying? And I made a video probably a few months back talking about black conservatives in the Republican Party. And I don't want to say all black conservatives, because once again, I don't know all of them. But if I had to guess, okay, the reason why white Republicans deal with people of color, you know, Asians, Hispanics, black folks, Indian, anything, non-white, 9 times out of 10, the only reason why they dealing with your colored ass is because they're using you to speak to your people and try to pass this white supremacist talking points to your own people. And we already know, if a white person was to say some of the things that Candace Owens, Jason Whitlock, which we're going to be talking about, Officer Tatum, Larry Elder, all these other black conservatives, if white people were to say the same thing, their career would be done. Well, I mean, for the most part, they'll probably be on like CNN, or not CNN, Fox News, ONN, you know what I'm saying? They'll probably get like a cabinet pick in Trump's administration somehow, some way. But they know that they can't say the same things as black folks can. So what do? They promote the Candace Owens. They promote the Jason Whitlocks. They promote the Officer Tatums. That's what they do. But the real nigga wake up call is what we're about to see right now. And oh boy, like, this is not a subtle wake up call. This is not like something you have to read between the lines. Like, Nick Fuentes, who is, I mean, obviously a Trump supporter, like really close to Trump, having dinners, playing golf, like the whole nine, okay? Like, this is not some random person on the internet, okay? He is explicitly explaining to Jason Whitlock his position in the Republican Party, your role in that party, nothing more, nothing less. So let's take a listen on what he has to say.
Known racist, proud racist, white supremacist, white nationalist, Nick Fuentes, calls Jason Whitlock a token. Jason has an interesting response. Here it is.
And by the way, you are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views.
Hey, whoa, okay, hey, time out. Wait a minute. Hey, Jason, this is that real wake up call. Okay, like, you need to pick up the phone. Okay, this is not a notification. This is not some, something you have to decipher and really figure out. And, maybe, take a little hint or whatever. He's telling you exactly who you are. You're a token. You are a token. Let's hear more.
That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't. Because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit on what I can say.
He said he didn't have the privilege to be born black. Why? Because And we could definitely get into it more, but for this example here, being black is a commodity. Being black, this skin color can get you into places or grant you the opportunities to say certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Nick knows that. And that's what he's explicitly saying. Like, hey, I'm white. You're black. You're getting paid to say X, Y, Z that I have to say behind closed doors. I can't say these things out in public. I mean, people already don't really like him, but it's really shunned upon in society. But if a black person say it, oh, there's no racism. Oh, black people are ghetto, like Candace Owens would say. Oh, but it's okay because she's black, right? So she must know it's okay. They're not gonna get mad at her, right? Hey, come on now.
There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy.
Whoa. Now, I got to say, this hell must have frozen over because about 50% of what that racist SOB said is true about Jason Whitlock. I do disagree with the other 50%. That's just his bogus bigotry talking. But Jason Whitlock, the man has made a career out of being the antithetical voice as it relates to Black America. He's the black guy who will say the most extreme commentary against black folk in America and beyond. So they roll him out when they need that particular opinion.
There you go.
But there's more. Here it is.
You are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer. Look at everything around you. Because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry. People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a black person to give them credibility.
Hold on. Hold on. I mean, is he lying though? I mean, like I said, I don't want to put this on every single black conservative out there. Once again, I don't know all of them. Maybe they might have some opinions that's not really like far-fetched into white supremacist talking points. Maybe. Just maybe. You know, so like I would just want to hope not all black conservatives are that far gone. But like I said, the Jason Whitlocks, the Officer Tatums, the Candace Owens, for sure, there's no going back for them. They are deep into it. They're literally the token, and they wear it proud on their shoulder, on their chest. I am the Republican token. Hey, there you go.
I say we give them boxing gloves and let them figure this out together. Put it up full mass. This is an ironic situation, ladies and gentlemen, because basically both of them are racist against black people. Okay? This feud started over Whitlock taking issue with what Fuentes tweeted about Whitlock blaming black culture for crimes. All right, this is a traditional go-to line for both Fuentes and Whitlock, okay? So Fuentes tweeted, quote, "So tired of hearing that black crime is caused by black culture. For some reason, rap music doesn't make white people steal cars and shoot people. It only works on black people," sarcastically. In another tweet he wrote, just another in a long list of excuses. Leftists blame it on racism and poverty. Conservatives blame it on culture and godlessness. Blacks create the same culture from LA to Baltimore, from Haiti to London, from Sudan to South Africa, or to South African. From prehistory to now, it's race, and that's what a racist would say, okay? Whitlock would respond to the tweets with, quote, "You're every bit as godless and as stupid as your critics say. You're Ray Epps 2.0, point foolish believers into building what will burn them down for eternity. Many of the people captured by the wickedness of Black culture can claim ignorance. You know exactly what you're doing. Demon, the enemy is paying people on social media to promote racial division and conflict. The aftermath of Austin, Metcalf, Carmelo, Anthony is a psyop. Don't fall for it. Stand in the word. Rebuke any so-called believer not pointing to Christ." After that, and before we go to what Fuentes said, Brother Whitlock, when you say Christ, are we referring to the white Jesus or the one of color? Because I think that's an interesting point that you and Fuentes may disagree on again.
Hey, once again, I had to find out the hard way, which was slightly my real nigga wake up call. It was years ago, probably like 2011, 12. I was like, reading my Bible, long story short, and I walked up in my church, I seen nothing but white Jesuses around. Like, and it's something that you don't really realize until you start thinking about it. And I'm like, there's a lot of white Jesuses around here. But according to the scriptures, he ain't white. So I had to slowly start to like debug myself. And once again, we'll probably talk about that in the future. But yeah, come on, Jason.
See, there's a lot of daylight between you two. Put it up, full mask. Following Fuentes' video rant, Whitlock would respond to Fuentes on the show. He opened with, quote, "I don't care what Nick Fuentes has to say about me. He can call me any name in the book," and he does. He calls your names out of the book, sir. "I don't care what anybody says about me. This isn't me talking tough. This isn't me saying I have the thickest skin in the world. This is me submitting to my irrelevance, my lack of importance. This is me acknowledging who I am. I'm unimportant. What people think of me is unimportant." Sir, that's the truest damn thing you have said since you have graced the air.
Woo! Hey, Dr. Richie got some smoke. Dr. Richie ain't playing. Hey, I'm just saying, hey, Jason, you taking smoke from your Republican buddies and you taking smoke from your own people. Man, I hope those checks are just fat and beautiful. I hope there's a couple of zeros at the end of those at the end of those checks. Man,
you are unimportant as hell. You are one of the most unimportant people I have ever spoken with. Fortunately,
damn.
Fuentes is a little more unimportant than you. And so this becomes an interesting battle to me, okay? I think you all are evenly matched. He continued. "So when you hear me say, and I say it pretty consistently, I don't care if people are racist." You literally said you did okay. But let's continue. He did say he's unimportant. All right. He says, "I don't care if people are racist. I truly do not. People can say whatever they want about black people. I don't care. They're not important. What triggers me is when people lie on Jesus. I'm done. I'm trying to get through this commentary. What bothers him is when people lie on Jesus.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, how much of a coward do you have to be? Like, is that something that is required to be a black Republican, is to be a coward? This dude calls you out and just makes you look less than a human, makes you look less than a human being. And all you have to say is, I don't care about racism. I don't care about black people. What? They're not in. What? He said, they're not important. I don't care about black people. I don't care. They're not important. What triggers me is when people lie on Jesus. My question is, why can't you walk and chew gum at the same time? Why can't you care about black people and care about people lying on Jesus? Whatever that's supposed to mean, but okay. Why can't you do both?
And what really triggers me is when people lie on Jesus and use something I said to tell that lie. That is what triggers me. End quote. Sir, that question about white Jesus is really important right now because I don't see you going after religious institutions. And interestingly enough, Jason, you have talked about black folk as a career. And all of a sudden, a white nationalist named Fuentes pulls your card and you start talking about how you don't care what somebody says about you. I've seen you go back and forth with individuals on social media and on your broadcast, but all of a sudden, none of that matters now since Fuentes pulled your card. It is interesting. I would like to see more, rigor, but you guys basically represent the same point of view most of the time. All right. This is a hell of a thing. Listen, man, we're obviously in the twilight zone. Hell is frozen over twice, but here we are. What say you?
You've entered a zone beyond sight and sound, where two racists argue with each other about who matters less. I mean, a lot there. First of all, Fuentes just letting his insecurity fly there with just how much he's upset he's not on a mainstream platform.
Yeah.
If I were black, I'd be on a mainstream platform. I'm sick of it. I don't get paid. Yeah, we know that. We see his cheap green screen. We're aware of that. Firstly. Secondly, Whitlock saying he doesn't care if people are racist or what people say about black people. He only cares if people lie on Jesus. This man has a deep understanding of the teachings of Jesus, because I'm pretty sure Jesus' main message was, doesn't matter if you're poor or downtrodden or need shelter. Screw all them. Just be cool with me. Just shine me up. Let those who are marginalized fend for themselves. I think that was John 2000 and doesn't exist.
Oh my goodness. Hey, all I'm saying is it doesn't take too much spine to be a Republican conservative voter or commentator. You need to not live in reality. You have to have no dignity, no self-worth of yourself and of your own people. That's simple. In God, hey, if I'm wrong, please tell me. But from what I'm seeing, it's all right there. I can't unsee it. But once again, guys, if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video, let me know in the comments down below. And to be honest, like I said, this is why I hate politics. See you guys in the next one.